It's New Year's Eve, and across America later today, many of us will be asking, where's the party? But as Serena Altschul explains, all parties are not created equal.
Tis the season to party. And at New York's famed Cipriani restaurant, these real estate brokers are hard at play. An office party like this is a rite of December, but its lavishness is a sign of the times. Parties these days are popping like never before. And renowned event designer Preston Bailey is doing his part.
Careful, be careful with it. Are the tables in the right place? First of all, we're putting the bar in the back, by the way, not here where the chairs are.
No, I know that. Okay.
Yeah, I think the great thing about this party is the element of surprise.
Oh.
That is a brownstone in New York City.
Bailey's built a tent in the backyard of this Manhattan home and created a small and sumptuous room for holiday entertainment.
And Jay, you working with the flowers? Great, thanks.
His team is preparing a luncheon for 42 guests.
Piece of cake. I love that, to walking into this, oh my God, what happened here? You know, that kind of effect.
And so do his celebrity clients. He planned the weddings of Donald Trump and Liza Minnelli. Bailey's events are floral and opulent, and that's just the way he likes it.
I don't know how to do simple.
Right.
I love being dramatic and over the top.
So should we have a seat and see what it's going to be like?
Absolutely. See how you... That wonderful, and you can see across the table very easily, which is essential.
If only we were having lunch here.
You're a guest, right?
Since time immemorial, mankind has been asking, where's the party? Ancient Rome had its share of fun. The Emperor Nero entertained in a hall with a revolving ceiling, which misted its guests with perfume. And Louis XIV threw extravagant feasts at Versailles. It took a while for America to catch on, but it did. Truman Capote's Black and White Ball in 1964 is regarded as the party of that century. In 1989, Malcolm Forbes flew his guests to Morocco to celebrate his 60th birthday. The Roman-themed birthday party that former Tyco CEO Dennis Kozlowski charged to his company cost $1 million. Of course, events like that have made corporations party shy. But for the rest of us, the celebration goes on.
I think they've only gotten bigger and more elaborate in the last 20 years.
Lisa Hurley is editor of Special Events magazine.
I think that's due to the influence of magazines such as In Style that show readers what incredible celebrity weddings look like, as well as the influence of the internet.
Not to mention television.
Destination weddings.
The airwaves are filled with party and wedding shows like the Style Network's Whose Wedding Is It Anyway? Then there's MTV's outrageous hit.
My parents spent over $300,000 on my party, and I'm worth every single penny of it.
The program is controversial, but it and other shows share a fascination with a common theme: big celebrations that cost really big money.
It's a time that people commemorate something very important in their lives, and a lot of people are very willing to invest in doing that.
Angela, Irma.
They make that investment with the help of people like Sasha Souza.
You guys need your antennas. Actually, Leah, one of these bases has to come over here.
A prominent California wedding planner.
No bride side, groom side, just seat around the outside. I got your dress. You don't have to worry about it. Weddings today are much more elaborate, much more focused on the couple and what their style is.
The style for this couple is royal. The groom is champion boxer Fernando Vargas, his bride, Martha Lopez.
She wanted it to be this over-the-top, amazing, unforgettable, best event they've ever been to. And Fernando, I told him I promised him he'd be a rock star by the end of the day, so he was happy.
The price of happiness for this wedding celebration? $500,000.
When you start spending that kind of money, you really get an event that is unlike any other. It is your party.
What makes this an event unlike any other? To start, the invitations.
It's made of a velvet paper, and then it has their monogram on it. The total cost of the invitations was about $20,000.
A cake, of course.
Yay! We have cake.
Two, in fact, $14,000. Special lighting and an illuminated dance floor brought in from Spain.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I spent about $100,000.
Place settings in a sea of silk.
The total cost for all of the rentals is $60,000.
And of course, an ice bar.
1,400-pound bar made of ice that has jewels kind of encrusted inside of the ice, and then it's emblazoned with their monogram. Costs about $8,000.
Don't forget the flowers.
We have approximately 3,500 stems of roses and 1,000 stems of orchids.
That's $60,000. It all adds up, but no complaints from the groom.
It's worth every penny to make sure that I'm able to give my wife the wedding of her dreams and our dreams, and then that to me is everything.
Everything's so beautiful. I couldn't even dream it.
You spend all of this money, and it really truly is for one day, and the flowers die, and people throw away the invitations, and the ice bar is going to melt. But it's in that moment, it is perfect for what they want and what they want their guests to experience.
And these days, it's not just weddings that cost a pretty penny.
You're driving a Bentley here, you're not driving a Volkswagen.
Back on the East Coast, event planner David Tutera has spent the day setting up a bar mitzvah for twins.
Because I want you to see the candles, the room light lit the right way.
Like other leading event planners, Tutera is something of a celebrity himself.
We got a party to go to tonight.
He has his own TV show and a roster of celebrity events, like the wedding of Star Jones. But his bread and butter is an event like this. The crowd these days is tougher than ever.
Their guests are jaded, they've seen it, they're expecting things that to be different, and often they're not different.
Those 6 have to get finished. When you're standing here, these 2 are further out, those 2 are further in. Leave the chair there, move the table towards the chair.
Tutera wins them over with attention to detail.
This, actually, is a petal from another rose. So I take a completely different color rose, and petal by petal, my designers put them in, and now we have a custom rose specifically designed to match the look and color creation of this client's party.
And by transforming the space.
Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
So people felt like they were completely going into a location that was not New Jersey, or not a hotel, or not a bar mitzvah. That was my whole mission.
There are some bumps along the way.
Oh, guys, you're killing me. This looks hideous.
It does look terrible.
It's just hideous. The horizontal truss that's over the band came from the band company. She spent several $100,000 on decor, and then this ugly piece of equipment comes in.
But it all works out. At a cost of 6 figures, today's event is nowhere near a record for Tutera. He produced what may be the most expensive bat mitzvah in history, a $10 million party with a jaw-dropping list of performers.
You had Shakira, Kenny G, 50 Cent, Don Henley, Stevie Nicks, Joe Walsh, Tom Petty, and Aerosmith.
All for a 13-year-old?
You ain't taking it with you. So if you can use it and enjoy life and enjoy it through doing parties, I applaud you.
Enjoying life was just what Tutera's client Beth Fowler had in mind when she threw a 54th birthday party for her husband Steve in Raleigh, North Carolina. Why celebrate turning 54?
Because he's a cancer survivor, and I really felt so fortunate and blessed that I was allowed to have more time with him.
And you wanted it to be really big.
Oh, yeah, we wanted it to be special.
So they put up an enormous tent, decorated it lavishly, entertained 400 guests, and watched fireworks. And Steve got a vintage car. What's the price range?
Oh, you're in the 7 figures.
So a party like this is well over $1 million?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And worth every
It's worth
penny
every
of
bit
it. We just wanted people to stop and think about how precious life is and to celebrate it. And you can celebrate it every day. You can celebrate it in the simplest things.
And you can't put a price on that.